Ah, yes, hello. You must be Michael Lawrence, is that right?
Yeah. That would be me, Doc.
Please, take a seat. So, could you start by telling me about what happened?
Do I need to tell you everything?
It's not like you have a choice, sir.
Alright, I'll start from the beginning then. It all started one day when I was playing a game on my phone, Plants vs. Zombies Heroes to be exact. With tons of assignments piled in front of me every single day ever since I started college, it wouldn't be a bad thing to take a 30 to 45 minutes break by playing a mobile game, right?
Wish I even had any free time at all. Anyways, sorry, continue.
Yeah, alright. So, I was playing some online matches in Plants vs. Zombies Heroes. I won some, and I lost some. To be honest, I actually lost more than I won. Guess that's what I get for not playing the game so much. After one out of a few matches, I got matched up against a player who went by the name of Leshy2003, if I can even remember it correctly. I managed to beat the play with ease, since they had a deck that consisted of commons and uncommons. Something a beginner Wood League play would have. Nothing wrong with that. However, this is where things started to get strange. The next online match I entered, I was paired up with the same guy, Leshy2003. He had the same character and used the same deck. Again, I beat him with ease. I didn't suspect much at that time since you could end up matching with the same opponent from before by chance. But this is when I got suspicious, for the next online match I entered had me against Leshy2003 again. Knowing how this was going to end, I didn't want to win against him again, and instead I tried to concede. However, when I tried to concede, it didn't allow me to. Pressing the buttons to close the apps and to turn my phone off fully didn't work either. I sucked it up and faced this player for the third time again. No surprise, took him out once again. At this point I was done. When I was in that match, I couldn't exit the game and I wasn't going to deal with that crap anymore. I exited the online battle tab and tried to exit the game after. That's when my phone glitched and showed me a black screen. Red text then typed out on it. It read, "One more match?" That's when I had enough. Someone had hacked my game. My only option was to play against this hacker, as I didn't want to find out what would happen if I didn't. This time though, I decided to lose. I thought, maybe if I lost, this hacker would leave me alone at last. I mean, does one have to be this desperate to win a game that you would hack your opponent's device? I ended up losing the match, and right then, I thought everything would go back to normal. That's when the screen just turned black. It remained like that for a few seconds, before red text typed out again. This time it read, "Thanks for the win," with a smiling emoji made out of a colon and a closed bracket. I prayed that this hacker would just leave me alone. Not until my phone fuzzed again. This time, it showed a video in portrait. It could have been a live footage, I don't know, alright? I couldn't make out anything in the first few seconds of the footage. All I could see was a dark room with a rusty concrete floor, with planks and iron bars scattered all over it, as if they were at a construction site. The camera then panned up to someone in a chair, tied up with a blindfold and their mouth stitched shut, bleeding from the tiny wounds on their lips. Two figures were surrounding the person. They had black hoodies, and their faces were covered by paper bags, with a red flower drawn on them. I watched in horror as the person on the chair struggled and muffled, as the two figures did unspeakable things to this poor person. The muffled sounds of terror I heard through my phone that day, they are still burned into my very memory. As things couldn't get any worse, the person handling the camera turned their phone to their face and began laughing. Their laugh sounded muffled, that I couldn't identify if they were a man or a woman. Unlike the two other figures, this one wore a bull skull as a mask, with a poorly drawn flower carved onto its forehead. They then stopped, before showing me a piece of paper. "One more match?" was written on it, in blood. The video ended, and right there and then, I exited the app and called the police. I told them everything. That didn't seem to go well since wherever the events in the video took place were unknown, and I didn't know if it was a live recording or a pre-recorded one. It could have been staged too. They hung up on me because they thought my story was make-believe and told me that devices get hacked almost every day. Whatever I saw in that video was real. It looked real. It felt real. I have never felt true fear until that day.
I can tell a made-up story from a real experience based on how my patients act. With you, it's clear to see that you are very shaken up by it. It's safe to say that I believe you. What else do you have to say about it?
What else do I have to say, Doc? Let's just say that I saw 3 monsters that day. I saw what monsters truly were. They aren't cryptids or demons or unexplained creatures, none of that. They are us. They are humans, like you and me. They wear our skin. The fact that they can do such horrible and twisted things like that just shows that we are what scares us, what drives us to live in fear.
Don't waste your love on me, that's what she said. I'm gonna be the one you will regret. Don't play your tricks on me, you're not that smart. I'm gonna